everyone. Welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thank you for joining me. I hope everyone had a fantastic week. July has already been an action-packed month of highs and lows. This past week, energetically, there were a lot of things happening in the solar system. I mean, there was just so much energy coming through that a lot of people were experiencing some nervous system issues. So if you felt nauseous or sick to your stomach or had high anxiety, even maybe some diarrhea and bouts of fatigue were some of the major symptoms. But overall, it was kind of a weird week energetically. So highs and then just kind of like lows. And to me, it felt like it started with the high energy and anxiety beginning late Thursday night through to the weekend. And then this week I felt is when all of the symptoms started happening. So if any of you have been experiencing it, that's what it was. It'll pass by the weekend. Maybe some will last a little bit longer, especially if there was some things that needed to be shifted within you energetically, but you can expect to start feeling a lot better. Tonight's predictions will run through next Thursday, July 27th. What you can expect is, as an overall theme for the week, and then specific areas in love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. These are general predictions for everyone who watches the show and listens, no matter whether you watch it live or after the fact. So you can expect to be experiencing some or all or none. We'll see how it affects you. So the general theme for the week ahead, I feel, is going to be introspection, focus on work, giving your best and not settling for less. Spirituality feels like a really strong theme this week. Even if you consider yourself to be an atheist, spirituality, spirit can resonate in whatever way with you. For some, it could be seeking truth, connecting to your emotions, gaining new information or perspective. It doesn't necessarily mean you are religious in any way. Also having some alone time, whatever it is that you're going to be feeling this upcoming week, don't be afraid to do it or take it or, whatever you need. Just please listen to yourself and honor yourself, and you'll have a much better week. For some, this week you'll be dealing with hearing about or working for institutions and large organizations in some way. Everything from banks to like the entire Catholic and Christian, Muslim religion, faith, church, whatever. It could be that extreme. So basically it's institutions and organizations. And, I can't list them all, but there's tons of them. So again, you'll either directly be dealing with, hearing about, whether there's something in the news that pops up or something within your local community. You'll be hearing about something in regards to that. A lot of you will also find yourself trying very hard to do the right thing this week, some at the expense of doing the right thing for yourself. Do for others, but don't forget about your wants and needs too. A lot of times we overextend ourselves. If you're one of those people that's constantly doing and helping out everybody else and bending over backwards for others, this is probably a good week for you to take a step back, worry about yourself, put yourself on that pedestal and love you for a little bit and let everybody else fend for themselves. Now, if you're the person that spends a lot of quality time with yourself and everything's about you, and you've got a little bit of that negative, selfish stuff going on, well, this would be a good week for you to give back in some way, whether it's your time, your energy, your physical strength, emotional support, whatever way, give back, and that's going to balance things out. Otherwise, you might have a little bit of a bumpy week. Work, for those of you employed, This week, I feel you'll be riding a wave of being productive and organized. You'll find yourself doing the right thing, even if no one's looking. Maybe you'll stay a little bit late or come into work early. Either way, you're going to be feeling really motivated and productive at work. And if you find yourself doing the right thing, just because it's fulfilling to you, you will see the payoff. You will be rewarded for your actions. Work success and recognition are within your grasp. So, do it for you, do it for the company you work for. If it's your own business, again, it'll work out in your favor in the long run. It may even happen instantaneously where all of a sudden, the next day you come in and your boss is like, hey, I realized you came in early. Let me give you $50 or whatever, or the day off. Some of you maybe may experience some jealousy or pettiness at work. It could be, it's going to go two ways. Some of you are going to be the ones that are triggering other people's jealousy and pettiness. If you realize that's happening, take the high road, try not to be a complete jerk, get yourself in check. And if you are on the receiving end where somebody is projecting their jealousy or pettiness onto you, again, take the high road. Like, just, people go through what they go through. Everybody has a bad day every once in a while. Cut the person some slack and just, step away. For those of you that are looking for a job this week, I feel like some of you will be feeling lousy and feeling maybe even inferior about your job prospects. So it might be a little bit of a week where you're just feeling like crap and it sucks. You don't have a job. You're tired of looking for a job. You're tired of interviewing for a job, and you're just kind of feeling lousy overall. It's okay. Just try not to give into those feelings too intensely. Don't have a huge pity party for yourself, maybe just a little one. And it's okay. Sometimes you just got to feel lousy and allow yourself to work through it. And if you've been busting your butt looking for a job, well, don't beat yourself up and take the time that you need. Also, the same goes for you that are looking for jobs. Try not to give in to the feelings of jealousy and pettiness either. So you may be feeling like there's a lot of competition out there, or, if you know somebody else that's looking for a job, I feel like you might get competitive or may experience some jealousy with a friend that's also looking. Again, just try to be aware of what you're feeling. That's the most important part. Be aware of it, be okay with it, and don't project it outwardly onto other people. And you'll get through the week. Towards the end of the week, it'll start feeling better. I would say, by Wednesday, you won't be feeling quite as lousy about the whole thing. Love, those of you that are committed in a committed relationship, I feel like a few of you have been growing apart for a while now. You'll realize this week and decide to make the time and effort to keep the spark alive. It's going to be like this wave of energy. You might read something or come across something where all of a sudden you're like, you know what? Yeah, I've been kind of slacking at my relationship, so let's just figure it out and do something together and get that spark alive again. Some of you also, I feel, will decide that you're going to add to your family. And when I say add to your family, it could be in a couple of different ways. I mean, overall, to me, it feels like fertility and pregnancy. So you may decide that you want to have a baby and add to your family in that way. For some of you, it's going to be the traditional way. For some, it will be adoption. For others, it will be a puppy. Either way, you'll be adding to the family. And those of you that have already decided and have been trying to have a baby, I feel like this week is a really, really good week to try because the energy, like fertility feels really high to me, like it feels higher than usual. So have fun trying. And those of you that are not trying to get pregnant, protect yourself. That's all I got to say. Those of you looking for love, for some, I kind of feel like a romance from your past is going to actually rekindle or have a really strong possibility of rekindling, or this person will come into your life and attempt to rekindle things. The advice that I'm feeling for those of you that this will happen with is to make sure this is really what you want and this is a path that you want to travel down. I believe in second chances, so, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but typically when you break up for a reason, and if those things haven't been worked on or people haven't grown and evolved and learned from the past, then the likelihood of your relationship being successful, it may not go so well. It may be more of what it was in the past. But again, this is something for you to determine, for you to feel out. Like I said, the advice that I was getting for you was just to make sure it's actually what you want and take your time to actually think about it. For others, finding or being in a romantic relationship this week is not a priority at all. I just kind of feel like, it's not even going to be on your radar. You're not into it. You're busy with other things this week. Those of you who mentally tell yourselves you want to be in a romantic relationship, I feel like this week you're going to realize your behavior and your actions don't line up with what you tell yourself you want. So, this is, again, one of those instances where we think we want to be in a relationship, we desire, being in a relationship. However, we do everything possible not to be in a relationship. So you might tell yourself you want to be in a successful relationship, but then if somebody comes and hits on you or is trying to connect with you, you automatically reject them and don't even give them a chance. So your actions are not in alignment. So I feel like some of you are definitely going to notice that this week. Others will meet someone through your work. It's a great week to meet people. And, I kind of feel like if you're single and you're getting invitations for work invitations or outings with coworkers or anything related to work where you can go and meet people, I feel like you need to say yes. Go put yourself out there and meet people. I get it. It's scary. It's new, but in the long run, it's what you want, and you need to put yourself out there in order to receive it. Now, there is a caution with those of you who are more insecure than others. So those of you that have some high insecurities, beware. I feel like you may find yourself feeling less than the potential love partners that you could be meeting out and about. So make sure that you're not, making them better than you or comparing yourself to this other person or comparing yourself to other people that are there. I feel like you need to just shake it off, embrace your insecurities. And when you do this, you'll see how easily your confidence shines through. Everybody's insecure. We all have our insecurities and hangups. But what I've learned is if you just embrace the fact that you're insecure and there's parts of you that you feel, not so confident about, you actually seem really confident because you've just accepted it. And what's there to be insecure about anymore? So just shake it off. And also remember that most people, because everybody has some level of insecurity every once in a while, people are not going to notice yours that easily. They're going to be focused on their own insecurities. So maybe that can be a little bit of, some relief knowing that they're probably not even going to notice yours. So just be cool, have fun. That's the most important thing. So good luck for all you single people out there looking for love. Finances, this is another week where I feel it's not a good time to gamble with your money or finances. Don't make any risky decisions or choices. I feel for most of you, finances are going to be like the least of your priorities. But if you find yourself needing to make decisions about investments, go the conservative route with like stocks, bonds, money market, until the energy shifts. So, or maybe just wait until this week passes for another week in order to do any kind of investing or gambling with your money. I mean, if you're going to buy a dollar lotto ticket, no big deal, but I wouldn't recommend spending $1,000 to try to win the lotto. Some of you will realize this week how well how well you do financially will be in direct proportion to how hard you've worked and how much you've tried. So I feel like it's going to be like this awareness thing where all of a sudden it clicks that, again, it's like this magnet, this energizing kind of force where you realize, okay, I've been feeling confident. I've been feeling financially successful. I've been working really hard and I've been trying really hard, no matter if I've failed, if I've succeeded. Either way, you haven't given up. And I feel like you guys are going to get financial gains in some way next week. Overall, I feel like it's not going to be a bad week for anybody financially. It's just not going to be like raining money. Health, I feel some of you will be creating a weekly ritual of setting time aside for things like reading a book or taking a walk or meditating. It'll be something that you decide you're going to do weekly, and it could be anything that is considered, whether it's mental health or physical health, but something that contributes to your overall well-being. I hope you do that because it is very important and it really does help with your overall health. Some of you will be making the connection that physical ailments can be showing up because of something that's going on in your life. It's connected to a belief or an emotion or something, again, that pertains to your life. So, for example, if you experience lower back pain, it's connected to fear of money or lack of financial support. It's connected to security. So if you find yourself consistently having lower back pain and no matter what you do, maybe check your beliefs. And, you can go online and there's tons of different life coaches and people out there that have written books that connect physical ailments with emotional and, emotional type, basically fears and anxieties and what that's connected to. It's pretty amazing. And in my experience, it's very accurate. Every body part, every illness, every ailment, you can find something and it'll give you an insight into yourself. And if you consciously work on whatever it is that's emotionally connected to the physical ailment, you can see healing with that. And obviously, see a doctor if you feel like there's something really going on with you. Go to the doctor. Let's see. I do feel some of you are going to be feeling overly tired this week. And again, it's more connected with the energies that are going on. July, it's just intensifying. And as we get towards the end, it'll get a little better. And August will feel much lighter and much more forward motion. So just hang in there. If you feel tired, just take a break, rest, take a nap, listen to your body, trust your instincts. And just do what is best for you overall. Like whatever it is that you have to accomplish, it's not going to be the end of the world if you don't do it in that moment. The only person that's pressuring you is you, or you're letting other people pressure you. But trust me, there's nothing that is that important that you couldn't wait. Like you can pay the bills the next day, you can, whatever it is, just figure it out, take a break, trust your instincts. And, also be conscious of not overdoing it this week, because I feel like there will also be that weird energy where, you want to push yourself really hard and do. And then in the end, you're going to be tired and miserable, and that won't work in your favor. So find the balance, if anything. Spirituality, for some, a mentor or teacher will come into your life. It doesn't necessarily mean this person is going to show up in person. It could be a book. It could be a website, or, anything that you're able to connect with. So again, don't expect it necessarily to show up in person, but it will show up. Most of you will be feeling introspective and crave alone time. Do it, take the alone time, even if it's like 5 minutes around the block by yourself, or, lock yourself in the bathroom for like 10 minutes, take a hot bath. I don't know. But just take the time if you feel you need the time. And I promise you, you will emerge from this weekend feeling refreshed and renewed, especially on a spiritual level. So many of you are ready to make that spiritual leap. And even if you consider yourself spiritual and you've been doing, this journey for a while, it is, again, like this forward leap. There's another expansion period happening. A word of caution for this week with that energy is be cautious about where and from whom you accept input. You already have all the answers deep within you. So, bounce everything off of yourself and trust your intuition. So if it resonates with you, awesome. If it makes you feel weird inside and you're questioning it, well, then trust that instinct. It's probably on point. Because you may be in a phase where it's easy to be blinded by a guru who claims to have your best interest at heart, but who may truly be more interested in your money. And just be cautious with new spiritual leaders and churches this week and where you put your money in that regard. So just pay attention. It's just for the week. Again, let it bounce off of you and let it resonate with you. And if it does, awesome. If it feels good, it feels right, then it most likely is. If it's feeling anything other than that, it's okay to not act on it and step away and think about things. So this wraps up this week's predictions. I hope everyone has a great week ahead. I hope it's going to be an easy week, hopefully, and not too intense for anyone. So earlier before the show, I sat and wanted to connect to see if I can receive some messages from a crossed over loved one for those of you who are subscribed to my YouTube channel. So, with you guys, if you want to receive messages from crossed over loved ones, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, because it makes it easier for me to kind of sort things out on who I'm connecting with. And, it helps me just clear people out. So I'm not sure who I was connecting with earlier. I'm just going to read off to you everything that basically came through, and hopefully, it will resonate with the person this is meant for. And it's a little bit weird, but let's just roll with it. And if this is for you, please let me know, because I'm really curious. So I got choked out, choking, coughing, fire, the names Bill, Georgiana, Brianne or Brianna, feels like a male energy coming through. And he was showing me a cartoon character holding his throat and coughing with the mouth open and having like bulging eyes. Now, it wasn't a scary image. It was more along the comical lines. And I'm not sure if that cartoon image is connected to how he actually passed, or if it's something else, like a cartoon that he drew, or I really don't know. I couldn't get a clear answer on it. Now, he did say, he said he didn't want to die, but he guesses he had to. And again, his personality was kind of lighthearted about it. It went between like joking and, a little bit serious, and then a little bit intense, and then again lighthearted. So it was kind of a weird energy that he was giving off. So again, he says he didn't want to die, but he guesses he had to. It's not fair to his family that was left behind. He wants you to know he's still alive without a body. He says it's wicked, it's awesome, it's crazy. And he said, not sure if he should be happy about it, since everyone else is sad about all of this. And he wants you to know that he loves you all. He's fine. And his message was, live your lives and be happy. And then he basically was like, gave me a peace out sign. It was kind of, like I said, a kind of a strange interaction. So I have 90 seconds left. And with that 90 seconds, let's do a quick moment of Zen to do some energy work on your chakras. I want to get those bad boys spinning really good and get them cleaned out. So this week will be a little less intense for you. Go ahead and close your eyes, open your palms, and tell yourselves you're open to receive. All right, here we go. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. I feel like some of you are probably experiencing some intense heat with that one. So that is all the time we have for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. I look forward to connecting with you next week. I appreciate all of you that follow me on YouTube and listen to the show and reach out to me. I love and appreciate you all. If you'd like to book a session with me, you can contact me at AskRebecca@gmail.com, or you can call or text 407-374-3133. And you can always go to my website to check out more information. I have a frequently asked questions, anything you need to know at AskRebecca.guru, Guru. Have a great week, everyone. Good night.